What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Myles. Today we're going to talk about UFC on ESPN, Poirier versus Hooker. This is coming at you live from the UFC Apex, June 27th. And this main event is a sick one. These guys are both nasty strikers, and they could be in line for a title shot. Let's first start with Dan Hooker. This guy's 3-1 in his last 4 fights, and he's on a roll. He most recently beat Paul Felder by decision, which was a 5-round war. And on top of that, he beat Ali Quinta in a dominant fashion by decision, and he knocked out James Vick. So let's say right now, man, Dan Hooker's on a tear, and he's looked impressive. That's the biggest thing about Dan Hooker. The way he strikes, his ability to mix it up with knees, punches. He's very rangy for this weight class, and he trains with a great team, a very upcoming team. He trains with guys like Israel Adesanya, and I got that name right this time because I know everybody likes to leave a comment complaining about how I pronounce his name, but got it right this time. He's very lengthy, and it seems like he's finally finding his confidence, and he's in his zone right now. On the other side, you have Dustin Poirier, who's coming off of a loss to Khabib, and before that, though, he was on a 3-fight win streak. He had wins over Justin Gaethje, who right now is hot. He just beat that Tony Ferguson, and he's on fire right now. So that win over Gaethje, man, is looking really good for Poirier right now. And on top of that, he's beaten Eddie Alvarez, who is a former UFC champion, a former Bellator champion, and he's beaten Anthony Pettis, who's a former champion as well. So on paper, man, Dustin Poirier, I give the edge to him. He's beaten better guys. He's fought better competition. Dustin Poirier is also coming off a hip surgery, though, so I'm interested to see how that plays out in this fight. Poirier's ability to have that power in his hands, that great boxing, a lot of heart, and just, if you haven't seen his fight with Justin Gaethje, man, check that out because that was a nasty scrap. Looked like Gaethje was landing a bunch of leg kicks, going to take out Poirier, and going into that 4th round, man, Poirier turned it up, caught Gaethje with that power left hand and those punches, and man, ended up TKOing him. I think right now, this fight, on paper, you'd have to lean towards Dustin Poirier. But as me, this is a fight, and as a betting man, I'm going to take Dan Hooker on this one. I think Dan's confidence right now, his ability to mix up knees and different kinds of strikes, I think he's going to cause problems for Dustin Poirier. And I could see him winning by a decision, or maybe even a TKO, landing one of those devastating knees. That's my pick for this one. Dan Hooker by decision or TKO. This next fight, the co-main event, is Mickey Gall versus Mike Perry. Now, Mickey Gall has been 2-2 in his last 4 fights. He has wins over guys like George Sullivan and Sage Northcutt. Mickey Gall is a younger cat, and he's actually really good at jiu-jitsu, and he's been getting a lot better on the feet, training with great strikers like Joe Schilling. And right now, I feel like Mickey Gall is getting more confident as well, and is really starting to turn it up. I feel like Mickey Gall's best chance of winning this fight is getting it to the ground and submitting Mike Perry. So let's see if he can do that. On the other hand, you have Mike Perry. They call him Platinum. This guy's a fighter's fighter. He has a ton of power in both hands and a ton of heart. Most recently, Perry posted a video on his Instagram, and he was all cut up from his hands to his forehead, and he was stated as saying, the fight's going to go on. I don't know what's going on in this guy's world right now. I don't know if he went through a brick wall or a glass window, but he looked busted up and cut up. And on top of that, Darren Till and Mike Perry have been going at it in the media lately. Darren Till recently has been stated as making Mike Perry as a bum.com, and on top of that, he's stated as, and I quote, I will raw dog Mike Perry's girlfriend. Mike Perry doesn't like this, and he ended up blocking Darren Till, and Darren has even been quoted as saying, hey, maybe I crossed the line, but it's all in fun. And remember, this is the fight game. You have to have thick skin. Anybody can say what they want. And let me know, do you think Darren crossed the line by saying he's going to raw dog Mike Perry's girlfriend? And on top of that, we don't know where Mike Perry's at in his world right now. What's going on in Mike Perry's world? Because he has a new girlfriend. He's all cut up. He's looks like he might be in a weird scenario in his life right now. And as a betting man, anybody that's putting money on this fight, you want to know where your fighter's at. Will he show up to fight? Will he go out there? Is his head in the game? Or is it not? Mike Perry's best chance of winning this fight is keeping it standing, throwing those big power punches, sprawling, not letting Mickey get him to the ground where he can work his jiu-jitsu. And Mike Perry just needs to get in Mickey's face and bust him up. 15 minutes going nonstop, doing damage, and just getting after it like vintage Mike Perry does. I'm leaning towards Mike in this fight because I feel like he's going to be able to sprawl, keep it on the feet. He's going to be a little overwhelming Remember, Mike Perry has knockout power in both hands. He's viciously knocked out guys like Jake Ellenberger, who was a title contender at one time. And on top of that, he's beaten in his last 4 fights Alex Oliveira, the Cowboy, who is a nasty fighter as well. So don't sleep on Mike Perry. This should be an exciting fight, and I'm looking forward to this one. Just like I'm looking forward every time when people smash that thumbs up button and that subscribe button. I see Mike Perry either win a decision and beating up Mickey, or I see him catching Mickey with some of them big punches and getting a TKO. On paper, maybe you could say Mickey is the favorite in this fight just because everything that's going on in Mike's life, but I'm leaning towards Perry, and I think he's going to come out victorious. Make sure you guys drop a comment below. Let me know who's going to win and how. Also, if you guys would like me to do more fight predictions, let me know. I'm always down for it. And until next time.